Already 3 city challenge to deposit stealth, no suppressors, weapon scanners, and hidden section bars. Now it's the suppressors combined with weapon scanners, which means quite simply it's not really that important to get something inside, it's just that we still kind of need something inside because that's kind of the premise of how weapon scanners works. And then aside from that, there's hidden section bars, which really doesn't matter all that much, but regardless, we're just gonna go through, well, here, not go through those weapon scanners because that's generally a bad recipe and a recipe for disaster. And then for now, we're just gonna leave a few cameras. And then be aware of, well, the presence of hidden section bars, which we really do not want. So we're just gonna wait over here. And we'll just knock out a few guards, well, hopefully relatively soon, which is what we're gonna do right now. So we'll do just that. It's all gonna land absolutely perfect, and right, Jordan. We're just gonna grab this disguise over here. And then as you're walking back, we'll just take you out because it's, well, a free guard to take out, which is certainly one way of doing things, so we're just gonna bag them up. And look for any keycards because that would genuinely be quite important, but for now, we're just gonna drop our gun over here, and then we're just gonna go through here. And all in all, hopefully we actually, well, find something to disable it over here, which makes things quite simple because we could just go through here, and then we could just go through here, which, other than trying to avoid cameras, we're just gonna close that door right over there, right after Cyber goes inside, and we're just gonna go through here, which it's great and all, just that the cameras are still all reasonably, at least at minimum, very paranoid, which makes for a really bad experience running about. So we're just going to not go over here because it's not really all that useful for us, and we're just gonna go downstairs instead and then get it open, well, presumably relatively soon, which shouldn't be all that difficult. It's just that we kind of want to wait for a god to actually show up so that we can actually take him out, which might take a while, but first I'll have you show up over here. Walk up over here. We're gonna grab, say, keycard, and then we're just going to, well, ignore whatever that is over there because it's presumably not of any concern, so we're just gonna bag him over there. And then we're just going to leave it in a corner, and then we're just gonna take out the camera operator downstairs, which shouldn't be all that complicated, except for the guards that are currently roaming about, which we are just gonna ignore because that's one very viable solution. Anyways, we'll take care of this over here. And then quite simply, Cyber should be taking out the camera operator upstairs, which shouldn't be all that complicated either, so we'll just ignore the guards that are roaming about right now. We should probably knock them out, which is what we're gonna do right now. And then we'll walk back outside because that's essentially all that we have to do, so now that we're done with that, we'll just go up over here. We'll grab a keycard hopefully relatively soon, and then we're just going to, well, try and get said keycard, which we would very much want. So now that we're done with that, we're just going to go back over here, start a hack over here, and then after it's going to go into the manager's office, and then start a hack over there. And I mean, presumably, the manager's not going to come upstairs in just enough time to, well, interrogate him, which might be a bit of a shame, but that's really all there is to it. And because we really do not need a scrambler right now, we're just going to drop it over there because it's, well, quite frankly, useless. And then we're just going to go down through here, and then we're just going to, well, ignore all of the guards that might show up, which, considering that we probably took out, well, the entirety of the guard population, will probably consist of just the 2 guards that are roaming about over here, which, I mean, are very easily solved by just doing this over here, which, or maybe not, if the guards are gonna go walk over here. Not really what we're here for, so instead we could always just, well, sure, we just open the door in front of the guard, expose whatever that was, and it went reasonably well, all things considered, which, suffice to say, it's not really all that bad of a thing, which is why we're gonna open it right over there, take it over here, and presumably the guard over here is already taken out, so now that we're done with that, we're just gonna go through here, we're just gonna go in here, and then we're just gonna get it open over here, which, so far, is still relatively simple. It's just that we probably ran past about half the guards with, well, hidden detection bars, and probably got really concerned about why there's 2 random guards running about in a really crazy frenzy. So we're just gonna go through here now, and hopefully none of them will care if we haven't already taken out all of them, which we probably might have, but we're just gonna go through here now. Society over there. You're not gonna care at all. Anyway, we're gonna get out of here, and that's the daily challenge in just over 5 minutes. Cheers everyone, have a great time.